Hello, Serrani Duck, and welcome back to the channel. This time we have one singular replay for you in the Tier 10 British tank destroyer, the Badger. We've only got one replay, but it is, we go on to have a really big result in this game. And I think a lot of the reason is, the Badger is, I love this tank so much. It's really good fun. Because it's a hold down monster. It's got 10 degrees of gun depression, and when you hide that lower plate, by utilising that gun depression, you're basically unpennable. It's an absolute beast. The DPM it has is absolutely phenomenal, and it doesn't take you long, which you'll see in this game, to rack up a lot of damage. One thing that comes in really helpful for us in this video is the fact there is no artillery pieces in the game, no front police to spoil the day, and that pays a massive difference. It allows me to use this position on the top left of this ridge, which we'll see shortly, basically just to be completely hold down and just farm damage. We just pick up so much damage in a very quick space of time. Essentially I want to go up and I'll use this ridge on the left hand side, and then hope that we get into a brawl with the enemy team, because I'll basically then be, with my team on the right, as you can see, down the one line. Hopefully they're going to take a lot of the focus away from me, and then allow me to put shots into the enemy team. You see this machine's pushed up early. He's realised it's a bit of a mistake, and I'm able to straight away pick up and slap a shot in there for 536 damage. And now you can see there's a lot of tanks in front of us. We're probably outnumbered, or it's maybe at least even, but this is in such a golden position for me. It's an E100 here. We back up. We don't want to take his shot. We don't want to expose ourselves too much. This machine's poking around. We back up here, and there's the 50 TB. I think he can just get a shot into a lower plate there, so he does pen us. But we pull that now back down, hide in our lower plate, so he's unable to shoot us. And just watch how quickly we manage to take out that machine with our team. This 50 TP is now pushing out, and we're just going to rinse his hit points here. He's not paying attention. He's got his side of his turret to us, and within like 5 seconds we're just going to straight away slap another shot into him and put us already up to 3,500 damage. And yep, it's just rinse and repeat at the moment. You can see how dominant this position is in a tank like this when there's no artillery in the game, because there's nothing they can do to stop me. I'm hiding my lower plate, I'm barely exposing a lot of my armour, and I'm just able to just absolutely rinse stuff in front of me. And this game's barely got started and we're up to 4,200 damage. It's really the dream scenario for a Badger. Now we've got this Jag E100. He is dangerous because we don't want to take a shot off of him, so I am going to try and focus him where I can, because one, it's probably one of the biggest threat to me, but also he's got a lot of hit points, so I do want to try and chip away at those if I can. But we couldn't quite get a shot into him, so we put one into E100, put us up to 5,000 damage. We can see the Jaeger E100 now, so we put a nice shot through his lower plate. This tank, by the way, the gun, because obviously you don't have a turret, so you are hull locked, it's so accurate, it's ridiculous, and you can just, these tiny little shots you can pick out, and we go for the capo there. Unfortunately we do hit it, we just bounce, but you can just hit those pixel shots, and the aim time's really quick. Everything about this gun is just so nice, and it does actually, the tank itself, I think it has reasonable camo value as well, but a lot of the time I'm not really utilising the camo because I tend to play this tank quite aggressively and probably go and play with the heavies, and just because the armour is so reliable. We put a nice shot through the top bar, E100 there. Now you can see there's not really been a stage in this game, is there really, where I've stopped firing my gun. I'm up to 8,000 damage and we've not even got below the 10 minute mark. Now I'm in this situation now where I've seen some enemies coming behind me. Obviously it's team destruction, so I'm not concerned about getting capped out, but I'm just looking where the most damage is for me, and I figured that E100 was probably going to die to my team because it was almost dead anyway. And there were some healthier tanks down here. There was this chief who's just got taken out, but a full health BK which has 1,700 hit points. And I just want to come and basically bully this poor tier 8 and see if we can get as many of those hit points, to myself. I want to get to a 10k game here because I'm so close. There's still 7 tanks left. So I'm just going to push in as quickly as I can. If I get locked underneath this guy, he's going to really struggle to pen me. I think, yeah, I'll take a little bit of damage with ramming him there maybe, or he fires HE, but I'm just going to, he's in an awful situation there, stuck between myself and the previous version of this tank, the Tortoise, at tier 9. And now we're on 8,700 damage, and there's still 6 tanks in the game, so I'm looking at this going, I could definitely get above 10k here. There is enough damage left in the game. I just hope, because obviously it's not the quickest of tanks. It's not that slow. It's not like the tier 9 Tortoise, but before it. It's a lot quicker than that. But I don't want to get stuck around trying to chase the damage. I'm letting this, I've seen the E100 here, and I'm thinking the quickest way for me is just to come behind him now. I'm letting my team know, because as you see that TD at the bottom left was asking for help. I'm letting him know that I'm on the way, and he's acknowledged that. So now we know that we've got a little bit of communication between myself and the random guy in the game, which is always nice when the comms system actually works and you actually manage to communicate over the comms. So I think we're on the same picture now. He realises I'm coming behind him, so he's going to wait for me to come round, and I should be able to make quick work of him, catching the E100 off guard. So we've come round, we put one straight into the side of his turret. He is now turning. I don't really want to take a shot off this guy if I can help it, so I pull in the side scrape off of there. He missed his shot. I know I'm going to secure the kill, and that puts us to 9,200 damage with 4 tanks remaining. So I really want to get above the 10k mark. So I'm going to push into where I think the rest of the damage is now, which is probably more in the centre, fighting our TD and light tank on the other side. But as we do that, we see this VK. He comes around and we get a nice shot into him. He shoots me and just damages the gun because he couldn't really see my lower plate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing round now to the right, knowing that there's a little bit of a ridge there, and I should be able to get hold down again, making it awkward for this VK to pen me. And I want to just try and get to him as quickly as I can, so that I can basically get above the 10k, which I have now done. But I want to get as much as I can, so that puts us up to just under 11,000 damage. If we get another pen, we may just put us up to 11,000, well no, just under, picking myself up another kill. There's 3 tanks left, and it's just about whether I can find them now. I know we've got a light, a leopard, and a heavy tank left as well, object 752. I haven't quite spotted the heavy tank yet, so I'm hoping he's going to be healthy. This light tank unfortunately isn't healthy. We try and get a shot on a kill there. We rushed that shot, which is a bit annoying, we'll see later. And then we don't aim that shot enough. We should have led that shot, and we would have killed that light tank there. But we don't make the same mistake with the leopard, and we do finally get above the 11,000 damage. So we've got 11,000 damage now, 1,500 block, and 239 assistance. So we've had a really decent game, haven't we? It's just now about seeing if we can just make the most of it. Again, we don't know where this heavy tank is. I'm really hoping he's full health, because then I can get even more damage out of this game. We're in a situation, this light, it's just, I guess I do have to be a little bit careful, because if this light tank does get away, he could outspot me. And obviously he's got a 3-clip autoloader, so it could be awkward. We don't want to throw this game away, because we've had to put a lot of work in this to get where we are. So I was hoping to push down and maybe get the light tank before he managed to escape. Unfortunately for me, he has now escaped, and it's kind of put me in an awkward situation, because I can't just keep chasing this light tank away. He's obviously going to outrun me. So I think I made the decision of thinking, you know what, I haven't quite spotted the heavy tank yet. You see, I was going to push for him, and then I'm thinking, where is this heavy tank? Is he still at his base? Is he AFK? So I'll start to head that way, because I'm thinking, I haven't spotted him the entire game, and maybe that's where he's going to be. It is literally just about clean up now, seeing if we can find the last remaining heavy tank and then finish off that line. So a little bit about the map. This is actually on Great Wall as well, which is also a new map, well, an old map that they brought back, but only fairly recently. I actually really like this map. I know a lot of people don't like it. You see, we just spotted the heavy tank, and we're now going to start making ways for it. But yeah, I know a lot of people don't like this map, and I can see why, because sometimes it just sort of ends up with because it's so big, it ends up with someone rushing your cap, and then you end up getting capped out because there's no resistance and stuff like that. But I think it's alright. It's not a map which I'm like, it's not my top favourite map, but when I get to play it, yeah, I think it's alright. Not bad, especially when there's no artillery on it like this. But yeah, you can see what we're doing now. We're heading to that last heavy tank. We don't know how many hit points he's on. I'm hoping he's full health, but unfortunately we see there he is only a one shot. So now, to be honest with you, selfishly, I'm kind of hoping our tortoise doesn't engage him because I want the damage. I know that's probably bad to say, but I'm having a really good game and I want to just try and make every single shot count now, just bring it to the biggest game we could get. So he is actually falling back, this tortoise. I guess there could be the light tank there as well, so it is probably wise for him to wait for me to make sure that we go in together, just in case that light tank is there. If I eat the shells off the light tank, the tortoise then can finish him off. You know, it probably is a smart thing to wait. We don't want to throw this game. So I know I can finish off this guy in one shot. I'm going to pull over and make sure I hit my shot. We do take him out. The light tank is there, but the tortoise quickly finishes him off, and that brings us an end to this game and an end to the replay. So all that's left is to get to the results screen and we can see how we got on. So we picked up 4 kills, 11,638 damage, 1,500 blocked, ace tanker, high caliber. So yeah, I think it was a really decent game, the Badger, and it is a tank which I've enjoyed an awful amount. So as always, thank you so much for the support, thank you so much for watching, and happy tanking.
Enemy in sight! Hadouken!